What's up, y'all? Good Monday. Good to see y'all. Listen, y'all. If y'all don't know, this is TFG Tonight, and I'm your host, Mr. Haynes. And this is the best morning show that you can watch at night. Y'all listen, that's Devin, that's Lee, and that's Kenny.
I'm trying to be nice.
Black said we got two Americans.
Say to my brother Black, man, I think you could be a preacher. I ain't never heard somebody that use a curse word and then read a scripture right after.
So let me state for the record, I am a misogynist. You know,
Pull out your card, Doc. He's
and I'm a chauvinist as well. Anybody who knows me knows that.
That's right.
Now I can go back to minding my own business. Either that boy is Benjamin Button or somebody lying.
And listen, and that boy may be mentally 12, but he's 34.
You bad boy, you don't do it again.
I'll let Black articulate a little bit better than that.
Nope.
Okay.
Never mind.
It's good for the soul. It's like medicine, right?
Yeah, for real.
That's all I gotta say. I wish I had one of them applause buttons to, like it.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday.
What up, y'all? It's Monday, and boy, I guess we made it through the eclipse. We'll talk about that in just a second. Listen, I got the fellas here tonight, y'all. So, gentlemen, thank y'all for joining us. Sister called in again. She ain't lying. It's April now, so she just don't want her little thing. So again, March is good. What's up, fellas? Y'all good?
What's good?
Yeah. Well, listen, y'all, we're gonna hold it down. Hey, Carol, good to see you. Thank you for joining me.
What's going on, Miss Carol?
Always my brother right there. Yes, sir. Putting us in, always showing the love. Miss Carol, we're gonna need to hear from you today. So take up the slack for Devin. So I sure hope you got your thumbs ready. She said,
ACC, I did too. I slept through it, and I didn't give a damn about that eclipse. I slept right through it.
Wow.
Did.
Well, since she brought it up, I listen. Y'all know how we do this. If we see something, if we say something, y'all gonna send us a little something. So that's just how it is. Oh, I guess I need to help the people out. There it is at the bottom. All right, but listen, since she brought it up, let's talk about it. Cause so he slept through it. Black, what you do?
I watched it all day long. I had my TV tuned to CNN all day long, and they covered it all day long.
What would you have to talk about that long to have that all that? Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Miss Toria, good to see you. She said,
"Hey, what's up, Miss Toria?"
Crazy Lamb was outside there in downtown Dallas with all of them. Yeah, that's where he be too. Yeah, I actually watched it with my family. My wife, she wanted all of us to witness it together, and it was pretty cool. I gotta say, it was pretty cool. I took some pictures. So again, I'm not into the whole astronomy, spiritual side of things. So I would make fun of folks, but you don't bother folks. But anyway, we still here, and he's still soon to come, regardless if it hit or not. So
I know. Hey, preach.
Yeah. Look at it. What's up, DJ? Yeah, it was.
What up, DJ?
So, yeah, it was very cool. And so well, again, y'all, it'll be back. I think 2036.
Yeah, I think it's 2030. It's something like 2044 or something like that. We'll see it again. Yeah, when we'll see it again. When was the last one? When was the last one before
2017?
27. Really?
And
I guess I slept through that one too, because I damn sure don't remember that
one. It's a Greek proverb. Everybody has a philosophy for it, Miss Toria. So, but it's all good. Well, listen, y'all, we're gonna keep it moving. Follow-ups. A couple things I want to talk about. We talked about the Good Times show, and Black, I saw you. We had to go on and put this out there. Aaron Magruder is not doing it.
Right.
It's Seth MacFarlane.
I put a correction in there.
Yeah.
On my page, I said I got it wrong.
Yeah,
because I thought Aaron Magruder was doing it too, but he's not.
Yeah,
and I
saw the clip. I got it wrong.
I saw a little clip of it,
and it changed my whole perspective.
Yeah,
mine too.
Yeah, I never. Again, I was already struggling, but if you mean to tell me that everybody that's gonna put in ain't got the color of my skin, no, I don't think I ain't down with that. And don't get me wrong, I get the black people that's doing the voiceovers, they got to work and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm not here to speak bad about it. I'm just not gonna watch it. That's just why I just can't see it.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that, Brent. I caught I found something where Bernadette Stannis, who plays Thelma, they asked her about it, and she actually did some voiceovers for this animated version, and she was saying that she really didn't know what it was going to turn out to be. She said, I did some voiceovers for it, but I don't know what the final product is going to be. And so that kind of concerned me too, because again, I watched the clip of it, and I'll be honest with you fellas, I don't think I'm gonna watch it. Just the little clip I saw. And you know what? I ain't gonna say that. I want to give it a chance. I want to at least watch the first episode just to see, because sometimes just watching the clip, you don't get the whole perspective of what it is. But that clip, I wasn't feeling that clip. It was very stereotypical, and
that's where I'm gonna go with it, because the guy who's creating it, he does the Cleveland show, which I love. I absolutely love the Cleveland show.
I kind of like the Cleveland show.
My objection is on principle. But having said that, look, humor is one of those things where there is no taboo subject for me when it comes to humor. So that's the one thing. So if it ends up being funny, I'm going to watch it. I'm only objecting to it on principle, and that you mean to tell me you're putting together a show on one of the most iconic African-American series ever, and you didn't include any black writers? On principle, I have a problem with that.
Yeah, and again, to the race part, I won't, because Seth, he gave it to everybody, white, black.
Yeah, exactly. He do. Yeah, exactly. That's right. He do. He give it to everybody.
Yeah, he gave it to everybody. So I ain't gonna front on that. But again, if you're gonna do an adaptation, right? I would think, even with what comes to mind is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, I didn't get into it, but I understand why people. Yeah, because it's a whole different adaptation to it. Right? And again, it still speaks to. It still shows you in West Philadelphia, born and raised, blah blah blah. Right? It still keeps the plot. This does not,
because they respected the premise and the iconic nature of what they were dabbling with.
Right.
There's some things you don't mess with, and if you're going to make an adaptation, you have to include us. And that's where for me
that's right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a lot of people do, Miss Tori. And then again, it almost looked Cleveland-ish when you think about them having the baby,
right?
And then the man being fat like Cleveland, and then again, I just want us to know. Right. Hey, good to see you, man. How you been?
Hey, what's going on, Jimmy J? Hey, baby girl.
If it's funny though, I'm gonna watch.
I see. Y'all got you. All right. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give it a shot, Black. I'm gonna give it a shot, but they only got one episode with me.
I got you.
That first episode don't do it. I ain't coming back, so I'm gonna give it a shot though. I'm out of there.
I know that's right. All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna go from one situation to another. This is really funny to me because I thought I knew what the 16th Amendment was.
We all did. And then when I read it, I was like, oh, that's what it is? Oh,
I know. And I said, well, I still got to have a conversation about this, because I said, well, that's important too, because I felt some type of way. I'm like, what you are repealing now? Something black folks can't do. So for all y'all don't know, the 16th Amendment has nothing to do. That was the 15th Amendment. So that we were all worried about. And I was like, oh yeah, right. Did y'all ever see that movie 15? On Netflix?
I think Netflix. Yes, I did watch 15. Yes, it was really good too. I did.
Yeah,
check it out, Black. It's really good. Good documentary.
Okay.
Yeah, it is good. So the 16th Amendment, actually, there's a representative in Ohio that wants to repeal the 16th Amendment. And the 16th Amendment in its simplest form, it ratifies the 1913 bill that was passed, making it possible to enact a modern nationwide income tax. before long, the income tax would become by far the federal government's largest source of revenue. So he wants to stop the government from taxing us. Now, listen, I don't know what cuckoo bird that boy flew on, but I don't know. I don't know what kind of food you take this government for, but I did not know that. And again, I get it. I understand that that is, I mean, a gross misuse of funds, if I could say that again, because it's almost the black man's greatest hustle to try to, I mean, and I'll say this, just taking a side note, that's the reason why I really despise preachers acting like politicians and vice versa, because they're just taking advantage of the people. And I'm not saying all preachers, and I'm not saying all politicians, but if we could really one day, sure it's not today, but one day we really have to dissect the whole point of why they wanted to separate church and state. Not what they keep telling us, but there's a reason behind that. Now, we'll have that conversation another time. But for the simple fact is, I'm not sure, it didn't explain clearly what his motive was, and so I don't even know if he's just trying to get attention, because that won't even, you can't even stick that in the toilet in the restroom in the Capitol. So what? I don't even know what the world you passing for. So I mean, Black, what you think this is?
Well, I would hope that they would.
My point, Carl.
I would hope that they would. I don't necessarily know if it will happen. In my personal opinion, it's time for us to throw out a lot of the old amendments that shaped this country, because they're antiquated and they no longer apply. First and foremost, to be honest with you, there's no such thing as a middle class. There's the upper 1%, and everybody is squeezed in between. And then you have layers of poor, to be honest with you. Having said that, they come for our money first on income tax. The other part of it is, as long as they keep giving away our Social Security to people who haven't poured one dime into it, they've got to find a new cash cow. And with Gen Z about to take over, I think that's what's behind this, is that the ratification of it is to find a new way to tax individuals who are no longer pouring into that honeypot, to be honest. And it's funny that you mentioned preachers. It's high time we tax religion.
Yes, sir.
And I've been saying that for over a decade.
Well, again, let me get all that in my mouth before I say something I don't want to get started talking about. Kenny, I mean, what you think about this, brother?
Well, I think you have to, for those that's viewing, the people that introduced this legislation is all Republicans, which which I found that was quite interesting when I saw that. So, they want to. I would have thought it would kind of been the opposite, but anyway. But the thing is, they also in this repeal act, he's talking about just giving everyone a flat tax, which I think that's been touted before. Anyway, where every American, you just pay the same rate no matter what your income is. Right. But again, there's always political motivation around this stuff, and then you always got to look at the timing. Look at the timing of this. Guess what? It's an election year. It's election season. So
that's what's going on.
That's what's going on. There's motivation behind these politicians.
And it's Ohio.
And it's Ohio, which is, we know, that's one of the bigger states when it comes to getting, elected to become president of the United States. So that's the whole motivation behind that, in my opinion.
But I want to add one last point. I'm glad you said that this is Republicans. Quiet is kept. We have been hoodwinked, in my opinion, as African Americans, that the Democratic Party has always been for us. If you really break it down, we as African Americans have prospered more, believe it or not, under the policies of Republicans. And that's why I think the whole system needs to be crashed, because in many ways, Republicans actually passed laws that have benefited African Americans as we pulled ourselves up. The truth of the matter is, bleeding heart liberals, Democrats, in many ways, they pass policies that have actually hurt the African-American community. But we're so stuck on traditionalism that they take for granted that if you're Black, you're going to vote Democrat. If you're white, you're going to vote Republican. But like you said, that's a whole bigger conversation. But that's the election cycle.
No, Ms. Tori, you're right. And it just took us just sitting down with that and just taking that in. And again, to your point, Black, I don't care how much money we made with Republicans. you can't spend it if you go into jail for smoking weed.
Right.
So again, so I don't care how much money they made us, but they putting most of us in jail, so we can't do nothing with it. So again, so
you're right, Brent. And then Black, you said something really important. Said pulling up. See, here's the thing for Republicans, they don't believe in helping you pull yourself up. So until you can pull yourself up, that's when the Republicans care about you. When you can't pull yourself up, they don't really give a shit. So that's my thoughts on that.
But quiet as kept, the Democrats have created a permanent underclass.
Listen, I don't trust none of them.
And I agree with that too. That's why I'm saying they all in the same pot.
One big small rat.
They're in the same pot. They just a gumbo. That's a big pot of gumbo. That's all they are. So
that's right. And again, I'm not. And listen, I ain't throwing no shade at nobody. But again, smart people will learn to be independent.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Again,
think independently.
Thank you.
That's right.
Stop attaching yourself to stuff you don't even know what you're talking. Again, okay, I'm gonna start on.
In the immortal words of Bubs from The Wire, they getting a nut off us going and coming.
You crazy boy. Coming in, going. All right. Speaking of getting off.
Here we go.
He taking that pork. Listen, y'all. Listen, a man by the name of Richard Slayman. He's 62 years old. He got a new kidney. He was a dialysis patient for a long time, and the doctors asked him, did he want to try something? And he said, yeah. But I didn't know it was gonna be no pig kidney. Now, listen, I know we'll eat from the rooter to the tutor, that joker, but I don't know if I want no pig kidney inside of me, man. But it worked, and apparently it took. They were very afraid of him rejecting it, and now they feel like all the hundreds of millions of people that are out here waiting on kidneys. Now we have a miracle. It was funny again. When I was reading the article, I said, it's got to be a black dude. It just had to be.
See, there you see, Britain. See,
I don't mean no harm, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, you did.
Hold on, it wasn't. Hold on, I gotta know. Was it?
Yeah, you did.
Yes, it's a black dude, man. I'm just saying. At the end of the day, I was like, golly, man, he had to be black. And again, you can't be mad at it because, but it's just like, can I walk around knowing that I got a pig intestine inside of me? I don't know. But I mean, well, go on, Kenny. I'll let you speak well of it. I don't know.
Well, hell, since you put it that way, so you say it's a brother. Hell, he got chitlins and pork chops and bacon and pig's feet and hog maws. He got all of it inside him anyway. He might as well go and have a kidney.
Man, come on, bro. I'm like, he gonna wonder why he always craving for some bacon, right? Oh man, but the doctors was excited. They were overjoyed, and I don't know. I'm
sorry. I couldn't do that. I mean, I think obviously medicine and the new things that we can do that God has blessed men and doctors to be able to do is great. But I think some things is just going a little bit too far. And talking about putting a pig kidney in a human being. Nah, you can miss me on that, because I'm leaving this world what I came in here with. Ain't gonna be no extra ish, and I ain't leaving out here with some goddamn pig kidneys and some pig tails and some pig feet and all that shit in me. I'm leaving like I came in here.
Oh my goodness!
You just said the operative word though, and for me, it's going to become the organic nature of this episode for me. Considering what I'm going to talk about at the end. You said what God came here with. We've replaced God. Science has replaced God.
That's right.
And the truth of the matter is that through biology, scientific technology, what do you need God for anymore? Yeah. When they are making inroads into modern day Frankenstein, it's what's happening. And so what do we need God for? Because they're already telling us there's more than two genders now. There's not just male and female. We have multiple iterations of gender. Everything is gender fluid. And so now, if you can get animal parts to work in humans, what the hell do we need God for?
Save it for him, brother. Hold on, save it for him.
Yeah, save that. I'm aware. I can't wait for that save.
All right. All I'm gonna say, and we can move on from this. We worked so many decades to try to stop from them calling us monkeys. Now y'all want us to worry about calling us pigs. Sick of y'all. How long? We done worked so many years.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
exactly. Right.
Yes, sir.
All right. I mean, it is what it is. So hopefully, again, I work in dialysis, so I know the strain and stress it has on us. But at the same time, man, I don't know. But if he's doing better, he's doing better. But I just know he ain't gonna stop wanting. Hey, can I get some bacon and eggs? Can I get some chicken?
right.
Whatever. So
Yeah,
anyway, anyway, all right, y'all. That's what that is. We'll follow up if somebody else happened. But yeah. Anyway, so all right, brother Kenny, man, listen, I'm ready to talk about this thing because that was some good stuff yesterday.
That was some good stuff yesterday, wasn't it, brothers?
It was. Did you watch Black?
I gotta go to Black first.
Oh,
okay. I actually watched.
So did you enjoy it, Brother Black?
I enjoyed it, but I watched for my own personal reasons.
Okay, and we're gonna get to that because I damn sure want to hear what your person. I kind of have a feeling what they are, but I want to hear from you because you do it so eloquently when you say what your reasons are. Nobody says it like me, Black, by the way. But we're talking about the women's national championship. Y'all know that's all the talk, and they know. Well, we had big news today. John Calipari, he left Kentucky to go to Arkansas, but that still doesn't trump what happened on yesterday. South Carolina, they took out number 1 seed Iowa 87-75, and it was a good game from beginning to end. We got to talk. I'm gonna talk more about the Gamecocks. Obviously, Caitlin Clark, we know what she's done, but the Lady Gamecocks did their thing. Head coach Dawn Staley, she won her 3rd national championship in 7 seasons. She won one in 17 in 2022, and then this year, and then 29.7% of brackets predicted this outcome, this final, South Carolina versus Iowa, which is dope. Yeah. South Carolina became the 10th team in Division I women's basketball history to finish undefeated and win the national championship. They finished 38-0. And by the way, if y'all don't know, Dawn Staley is 109-3 in her last 3 seasons at South Carolina. Amazing. Yeah. But I want to. Okay, I'm going to ask that question later. I just want to get my brother's reaction to the whole hype around the game and what you thought of the game. I kind of know where Brent is going to go. We're going to leave you last. We're going to start with Lee. Lee, your thoughts on yesterday's game and the whole women's basketball phenomenon at
what
this
up,
point.
Craig? Yes.
What up, Craig?
So surprisingly, I found it entertaining, and I'm not a fan of women's basketball. I don't like looking at them hard-faced bitches, but ironically, they were definitely more talented than I expected, and certainly more interesting than the men. And having said that, I watched it because of the Tiger Woods effect. There was a reason why 20 million people tuned in on 18. Friday, 12 million, I think.
Almost 13 on Friday, and then this one was 18.
The most watched ever.
Last night.
Ever.
Right.
Because I think that I know there were a lot of fans that, like me, don't watch women's sports, like me, aren't fans of either team, Iowa or LSU on Friday or the Gamecocks, And so there were a lot of people watching. And I posted this on TFG Ratchet, and I got a hell of a lot of responses because of the racial underlining elements that was to it. You're race baiting. No, I'm just stating the obvious, whether we like it or not. That was a part of why a lot of people were tuning in. Now, having said that, without getting too deep.
That's true.
Yes. And that was that thing. Without getting too deep, because I know you probably got additional questions, the game was fantastic. And I thought what it did for women's sports was fantastic. I hope these ladies get paid a shitload of money and it ups their salaries, and that's why I call it the Tiger Woods effect. In the sense that I hope that,
Don't do it,
ultimately she's raised awareness for women's sports. But I don't know how deep you want me to go into it. Calling her the greatest ever? Hell
no. Right.
So I'm gonna reserve my comments and I'll stop there. But overall, I enjoyed the Final Four. I did. Like, I won't even watch the men tonight. Not even thinking about going on that channel.
Yeah. Matter of fact, they just tipped off 5 minutes ago. Probably nobody is really interested. It's UConn and Purdue, by the way. UConn
That's right.
The repeat. If y'all
Craig say some of them was cute. I did.
Yeah. He said some of them were kind of cute. Some of them needed to check the Adams apple.
You couldn't throw a rock and hit a good
Oh, yeah, boy. There y'all go.
Listen, he said he's gonna light it up tonight. He's gonna light it up tonight.
I know, Britton. Well, I'm gonna let you go, Britton. Go ahead, have at it, brother. What's your take? I know you got a good take over there.
And listen, I will tell you this about, to Black's point, race always calls everybody to the carpet.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And again, UConn and Purdue, those are two predominantly white schools. That's why nobody care. But it was LSU and Iowa. It's the race. Again, South Carolina, Iowa. It's the race. I get it, but here's the big picture for me. I saw. I knew they was gonna work. Listen. Two things I'm gonna tell y'all. Don Staley has quietly became what we wish Deion is gonna be. What we hope Deion Sanders is gonna be. Don Staley has already did it.
I love it,
and I appreciate her because she been keeping it real since she came into the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? So she always been there. And listen, she look old, but I know she ain't that old. But golly, man, she got a long career ahead. But I said, wow, she has snuck up on the world because that's what we was expecting Deion Sanders to do.
Right.
Yeah, and I get you, but I mean, you got to get Coach Prime time. He's only did one year.
And that's what I'm saying. No,
that's what I'm saying. Hope he will become.
That's what I'm saying. We're hoping Deion becomes right but she quietly snuck up on us, and it's like, oh, we already got one.
Not on me. He snuck up on y'all. Fair weather
I don't watch
that. Don't watch.
But she has one view that I absolutely don't agree with. She believes that trans people should play.
And I don't agree with that either. But that's a whole other topic for another day.
Okay, yeah. So and then secondly, I just want to tell y'all, if Tim Tebow and Jeremy Lin were in a same-sex relationship and they had a baby, it'd be Caitlin Clark.
You ain't lied. You ain't lied.
I'm sorry.
You know what?
I'm sorry. What? I'm gonna tell y'all why though. Maybe Dev didn't need to be on here tonight, so we can just have some locker room talk right quick. Let me tell y'all why. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. I knew what South Carolina was gonna do to her because UConn already showed them what they need to do to her. Right. And the fact that she did, and then when they did that, I said she put up those points. All I could think about was Jeremy Lin. I said, man, she looks like Jeremy Lin right now because Jeremy Lin, y'all remember he went on this amazing.
He went on this amazing tear, with the Knicks. Yep,
right.
He did.
And all I could think about was, I said, she gonna be like Tim Tebow. She may have a great collegiate career, but when she get over there to the other one and she see every night she sees South Carolina.
I agree.
Man, come on. She gonna be Jeremy Lin. You're gonna just be a spot up shooter, and that's all it's gonna be. Y'all know I ain't lying. Thank you. Come on, y'all know I ain't lying.
Which is why I agree.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what, Britton? As much as it pained me to say this, I think you might be right,
bruh. That little point guard from South Carolina ain't got nothing on what's waiting on her when she gets to that league. Every night.
But do you know, Brother Kenny? I watched the entire game, texting live with members from my work, all white women, who hit me on a Sunday, asking could they text live with me?
Yeah,
because I was
gonna beat them.
Because I was the expert in this case, and
no, they was ready to give you a whooping, big boy.
And we made even a side bet, this, that, and the other, and even coming in today. So the racial component, they know nothing about basketball, but they were there because all of a sudden this great white hope sprang out of nowhere. Now, don't nobody feel sorry for Caitlin Clark because she about to get paid.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
from
No doubt.
endorsements, of course. And this again, and don't get me wrong, she better get it now.
Correct.
Because when season 3, 4, and 5 roll around, and don't get me wrong, she can hoop, bro. I'm not giving that.
She can shoot.
I'm not taking it from her. Yes, she can. But again, those girls gonna pick her up full court. They're gonna pick up before she get to the half court line. So that's what I'm saying. She gonna get wore out. Again, it was funny because homeboy on Get Up was talking about, trying to ease in this reason. Well, she played 40 minutes, and then the other day, what you think she finna do professionally?
That's why, Kenny, I hope you get ready to ask that other question. We don't have Lady D on there because I'm
getting. Yeah, because I'm getting ready to go to that because I don't. Man, we can go on and on with this. Segment. We could talk on and on, but since we got ladies in the chat, I definitely want to get there. I want to get an opposite from Carol. I think Demi J's in the chat,
right?
And we want to talk about women's basketball from a women empowerment. I am every woman movement.
Sure.
Because y'all women, y'all always talk about y'all support each other. Y'all women, y'all doing big things. Y'all doing this and that. But for some reason, y'all don't support women athletics. More specifically, women's basketball. WNBA players are severely underpaid. Those ladies got to go overseas to make more money.
Not after what
women's college basketball. Obviously, y'all on the hype train now. You're right. Brittany Griner. Y'all on the bandwagon now, which started about a year ago between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark actually has put the game on the map.
Correct.
So my thing is, I would love to hear a woman's perspective of why do y'all not watch and support women's basketball? Why do y'all not buy their jerseys? Why do y'all not go to their games? Why do y'all not watch those games if you all are I'm every woman and we love our women? I would love to hear from the women in the chat on that.
Yeah, I would love to hear from the women. And so I'm gonna just tell you, my wife and my daughters, as we were having conversation, and again, it's funny when you hear them talk because it brings about the clarity from where we come from, but it's different because it's not race infused. My wife brought up the fact that the media kept hyping her up. Mm-hmm. And they keep they kept always referring to her and everything she's doing. What they're reminding me of is when we always have the LeBron and Jordan conversation. I didn't have a problem with LeBron James when he came to the league in 2003. My problem was everybody was on his back. Like everybody wanted to talk to me. Them younger cats. Oh no, LeBron finna do this. You remember he said 5, not 5, not 6, not 7. He gonna do it. Y'all getting on my nerves. LeBron can play. Again, he'll never beat Michael, but LeBron can play. But I couldn't stand hearing LeBron because of his supporters. Right. They were getting on my nerves because they were always wanting to compare. Let the man career finish, and then we'll talk.
But let me. You're right, Brent. But I want to know this, and I saw what Carol says. Not true, Kenny. I support women ballers, and that may be true for you, Carol. But in the big picture, women y'all don't. Because the numbers don't lie. The viewership of women WNBA, women don't watch WNBA. Women don't watch college basketball. Y'all not buying women's jerseys. Y'all not buying their shoes. So my question is, what can women do better to help the women that they love to get more money? That's the question. Brent.
Can I chime in?
Yeah, go ahead, Lee.
So again, I'm not for the record, I'm not answering for women because I would love to hear that answer too. But I'm giving you my theory, to be honest with you, because the WNBA is currently predominantly African-American. And I think about all of the great sisters that have carried this sport for decades.
Before her, yeah.
And in my personal opinion,
that's true.
Greatest female player to ever play the game is Cheryl Miller, in my personal opinion.
Oh, I totally agree. I totally agree with that.
But we can make that argument just like we do the Jordan. I'm glad you brought that up, Brenton. The Jordan and the LeBron. It's all about preference.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the trailblazing that Cheryl Miller did, who she was, the point she put up. Not to mention the fact that we're crediting Caitlin Clark with the highest number of points right now. There is a black woman that's saying, "Wait a minute now." She still didn't beat me because you're not counting my numbers when there was no 3-point line. We could go all the way if there was but here's my thing, and I'm going to read a quote from somebody I can't even take credit for. It's a guy named Ray Winbush, and this is why I believe women don't support women's sports. And when I say women, I'm talking about all women, because here's a dichotomy. He says, just remember, they ... penalized Simone Biles for being better. Said Serena Williams looked like a man.
Yep.
Applied different standards for Sha'Carri Richards.
It's race.
Mocked Naomi Osaka about her mental health. Excoriated Angel Reese for competitive taunting. All are black women. I wonder white. That was his comment. The reality is that I believe, Brother Keenan, I want to hear from women though. I don't believe it gets women's support because white women don't. It's not enough white women in the sport. Now that's what Caitlin Clark brought to the sport. She now has brought white eyes and white dollars. Because I firmly believe, like I've always believed, white people don't give a damn about something until they can find a way to make money off of your black back. Now that Caitlin Clark has put the sport, opened it up, and here come a Nike, here come a Puma, here come everybody, because now, wait a minute, we didn't know that almost 20 million people would watch this. There comes the dollars now, and I think it will bring white eyes. But I believe quiet is kept. Black women, this is where I'm going to put you ladies on the spot. Y'all say all the right shit. And I ain't talking about you, Carol. Y'all say all the right shit, is politically correct. But when it comes down to it, it's just like going in that booth, whether you're going to vote Republican or Democrat. I don't believe that black women are supporting it, because when they look at that statement right there, they are not liking the fact that, why did it take this to get to that point? And why do we have to work so damn hard to get to that point?
If we don't,
And that last thing I was supposed to say, Brendan, and that's why when I looked at some of the coverage, I watched it, Kenny, because it kind of turned my stomach. The ESPN coverage of them two ladies, and they kept shouting out her. Samuel L. Jackson on social media said it. He said the quiet part out loud. It is okay to talk about the team that's winning.
Yeah, no, and I'll say this again. This country is built on race, and it's going for and again, she's just a great white hype. And again, no shade. She's a great white hype. She's a great white hype because that's a predominantly black sport, and it's predominantly ran and won by black women.
Thank you.
And so that's the only reason the money is coming now, is because now listen, the moment she does not live up to the hype, everything falls until there's another one. And that's just being honest. Again, that's just so again, and here it is. And congratulations to all the black women that know that. Don Staley knows that. The black girls and the commentators know that. Don't you dare bite the hand that's trying to feed y'all the money that y'all want.
Right.
Ride her back to the bank, y'all.
Thank you.
It. That's all I'm saying. Just
for once, get on their back.
Thank you,
Brent.
Ride her back.
Right, and that's why Ice Cube offered her that money. You know,
I
did the story on Ice Cube offering her that money. Yeah. Ice Cube is a businessman, and he gets it. It's like, you know, Caitlin Clark is she's the hot thing, man, and right now, and that's okay.
Yes.
And I want to say this: Caitlin Clark can play. Yeah, y'all can say what y'all want about it. She can ball.
It's big
now would she be as successful at the next level? I don't know. She doesn't play defense.
Right.
And there's some things about her that but she can shoot. As long as you can shoot in the game of basketball, you always have a roster spot. We've seen many of those in the NBA. JJ Redick. Just to name one,
and Steph Curry has changed the game.
Has changed the game. So my thing is my what I say to women, black or white, if y'all talk about y'all I'm every woman, y'all love y'all women, we doing big things. Y'all show up in numbers and support women's basketball. I'm specifically talking women's basketball. I know y'all support tennis. I know y'all love Serena Williams and Venus Williams and all that. I know y'all love the track women, Sha'Carri Richardson and all of them. I'm talking about women's basketball. Y'all don't show up for women's basketball. And I'm not talking about you, CC, but the majority of women do not support women's sports. It's mostly supported by men. If y'all want these women to get paid, y'all got to show up. So that's my thoughts.
Yeah,
I'll end it by saying I'm gonna start watching it when the women get soft and squishy. I don't want to see no hard faced bitches play, and that's why I'm waiting on the Summer Olympics.
I'm sick of that.
We sick of him. I know it, y'all. We so sick of him. We so sick of him. Yeah, man. And again, Juju is
coming through, DJ. She coming through. Juju Watkins. If y'all don't know who she is, USC freshman phenom, 6'2", 6'3". She can ball. She's gonna be a good one.
Okay, and again, we can give a couple more seconds of this because I want to tell y'all something. That little white girl from UConn, she was
Paige Buchers. Oh yeah, she can ball too. Yeah, she can ball too.
She got hurt last year. She could have been Caitlin Clark, but that's she wasn't shooting from the from the half court. But the girl could ball, and if they had some more bench players, I promise y'all, Caitlin would have been saying bye before.
Yeah, UConn should have beat Iowa, but that's a
whole other story. But I'm just saying, so it's not outrageous but again, y'all got to understand the game. So ladies, play the game right. Let her come in. Let her build this thing all the way up so all of y'all can get paid.
Yes, sir.
So that's why they smart. But we don't need to be front. I'm not gonna hate them.
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna hate them. Because guess what? When she get paid, everybody else gonna get paid.
Yesterday, I text right along. She's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I sure did.
Yeah. You know, I always think about what you say, Black, about what you say about white women. What are they?
Yeah.
They're sitting at the top of the food chain, my brother.
Yeah. They did get robbed, DJ, for sure. I didn't want to see UConn play South Carolina, though. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So it
didn't matter to me as long as South Carolina was gonna win that because I picked them to win it all.
We got the right game. It was everything.
We did get the right game, though. Real talk. We did get the right game.
Had she won, we would have. Look, thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, listen, y'all. Speaking of white women, and I don't mean no shame, I gotta talk about this because I just don't understand this. So if y'all don't know who this woman is, what'd you say, Victoria? I do not want Bronny to be on my. He's not.
Oh, it ain't gonna happen. But Miss Tori, we're not gonna talk about that. We'll talk about that later on sports. We'll talk about that later.
We already know. But speaking of white women helping the game out, I want y'all to see this woman. Or I don't even know what you would call her. I mean, maybe I shouldn't talk about this. No, I'm gonna talk about this. I am gonna talk about this. This man married her. I guess they were conjoined twins, and he married. I don't know which one he married, but I don't even know how to make that make sense. But this is a couple, or is this polyam? No, okay. I'm not gonna start messing around.
I don't think it's that, but I don't know.
I don't know what this is. I don't know. But she got married, and I'm not gonna let him go first. How much have you been drinking?
I already know.
How much have you been drinking?
Know, yeah.
Listen, I'm just gonna do this early, just real early. Y'all just know it's gonna happen. So just be careful. There's a lot of questions for me that I won't ask out loud, but I just want y'all to just see this again. They got married.
Wow.
I don't know. Again, that's not a good question I can ask you. So Kenny, I'll just let you speak on your own back.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. When you posted that in our chat,
yeah, man,
I was in my feelings a little bit. I was feeling some type of way. I'm like, wait a minute. You telling me this dude can find a two-headed woman and marry him, and I can't even find a one-headed woman to even give me a date? I'm like, what the hell is going on here? I'm like, what am I doing wrong? What is it? I'm like, I don't get it. So I guess maybe it's just saying that I guess I just have to lower my standards and look for a two-headed woman. I guess I don't know.
Listen, y'all. Listen. I'm gonna just do us all a favor, and we just gonna move on to the next segment because I'm not.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't tease us like that and then not let us hear from Lee
Let's
Black.
talk about celebrity news.
You can't do that.
Everybody on the edge of their seat.
You know you can't do that.
Okay. All right. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know why y'all think I'm gonna say something wrong.
Well, I didn't say you're gonna say nothing wrong. This
You
is
wasn't
an HBO
nothing
special.
wrong. We already know it's gonna be crazy. We ain't gonna say you're gonna say nothing wrong.
You know what?
He can have
I
a
couldn't
stage.
do it personally. You know, I couldn't do it personally, but he just put something on my bucket list. To be honest with you,
You are
in the
lying
sense
through
that-
your teeth.
This is a test. This is only a
I know you.
thing is, before I leave this mortal coil, he got me to thinking about, as much as I love head, to have two ugly bitches with sharing the same brain, giving me head at the same time. That ought to be pretty cool. But anyway,
You're making my stomach hurt. It's my fault. I shouldn't even brought this to the table. Why? What? Are you kidding me?
I would try it. I wouldn't marry her. I wouldn't marry her, but I would film it.
So who? Okay, no, okay. Oh my God. There's a question in the comments asking who's gonna gag first. I don't.
Oh Lord.
Now I gotta go. Now I gotta get back in them streets and hunt a ugly two-headed bitch.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord have
All
mercy.
right.
You know
Okay.
what?
At the end of the day, I don't know what this is about. Yes, everybody needs love. I just
Oh Lord.
I don't know.
Oh.
I hope they stay married. I do. I don't know. I feel like this is a publicity stunt. I just don't know. It just doesn't.
I looked at him. It's not.
It
It's not.
ain't black. You don't
Nope.
think so?
Nope.
All right.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh well.
Okay. All right. Well,
Okay.
I just want y'all to know, man. Everybody out there need love, and so they got it. So, all right. Well, just for the sake of just me not getting in trouble from saying anything, as I was showing the picture and that with everything coming to my brain, I said, nope. It's like I'm turning the magazine page. Nope. I don't have anything to say. All right. Well, y'all heard it first. There it is. All right. Well, thank you, Lee, for letting us know what's left on your bucket list. And I guess it's two bucket lists. I guess.
Hell, I'm surprised he hadn't already did it. I was kind of shocked when he said he hadn't done it. I'm like, damn.
I don't
Never ran into that.
Yeah, okay.
My Lord Jesus. I feel like we should be watching Total Recall or something. Okay, listen. I have some celebrity news that I really don't want to use, and since Devin's not here, I guess we could talk about it. We say Victoria, I knew Black was going to have something. Yeah,
You know it. You already know, Miss Tori.
You
You
already
already
know
know. Yeah.
Uh-oh, Black. He says, now I'm disappointed, but not surprised. Yeah, no. All right, y'all. Okay, so listen.
we be living vicariously through you, Lee. You don't even know it, but we be living vicariously through you.
That is one vision I will never have to feel like that. No. If that's what Candy thinking, you that brother is by himself. I am never ever thinking don't even tell me you did it. I don't care.
That happened. Oh, you know I'm doing story time. You know I'm doing story time.
Right.
DJ, that was one of the questions I had, but I ain't gonna go there, man. I'm trying to be. We just got to talking about Caitlyn. I don't want to talk about this woman. All right, so listen. There's a couple of things I want to bring up. Number one, Chance the Rapper and his wife are getting a divorce. Again, I'm this. Y'all know me. This ain't about them. I don't really care about that. But my question is, why do celebrities want to get married?
That's a good question. That's a very good question.
I don't understand the point. Y'all not moral citizens. Like it's not y'all. You don't get entertainers don't get blasted for being immoral. So what's the point? Like, why go through that? Why make these decisions knowing all that's out there, Chance? I don't know what if he was even a culprit of it, but a lot of times you find yourself getting married to an entertainer, and because of the people that's around them, they normally cheat right? And blah blah blah. And then so why do we think?
I have a serious answer for this.
Sure, go for it.
Because I do follow, I follow pop culture.
Yeah, you ratchet.
And I like Chance the Rapper too. So,
he seems to be a decent guy.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
But I suspect, though, honestly, Brenton, that they get married for the same reasons that people I know in my personal life get married. There are a lot of people that are attracted to the concept of marriage, but they don't want to really be married.
Mm-hmm.
I have good friends right now who they love everything about pulling out the marriage card when it's convenient. They have a type of career, the type of job that mandates and dictates that they look like an upstanding citizen if they have a wife.
Mm-hmm.
I even know women who love to pull that, I got a husband card, but they lifestyle, if you go on social media right now, everything about them screams that they're single.
Mm-hmm.
And so to answer that question, I think this is generational. The ones that get married, who you see fall into the trap that you see him, is whenever you look up, he's at every not every, but he's at social events. You know, the marriages that you see lasting is when you don't see them at events.
Right.
It speaks volumes to me that Angela Bassett and her husband, they show up when they're promoting a movie at major.
You're right. He's an actor, but you don't ever really see them out like that. You're right.
You know, only when it's relevant. Denzel Washington and his wife,
right.
Spike Lee and his wife. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's those people who crave the attention. Every time you look up in the tabloids, you hear about J-Lo and Ben. I believe he hates her guts because I do believe that he's looking for a calm, some normalcy, even though as much as he can get, he's already got kids he's raising with another woman. But when you live your life out loud and in the limelight, you almost asking for this kind of attention. And then I followed this story, and the speculation was that, did you see what he got caught photographed doing with a stripper on his lap and this, that, and the other? And it probably didn't mean any harm. But think about social media imprint of it. Girl, did you see what your husband was doing? Oh, now he making you out here look like a fool and this, that, and the other. So I think that's kind of what happens is that, and it goes to the heart of age and wisdom and maturity. All three of us on this panel right now, we show up here every Monday night. I was about to curse. I have no concept of what y'all had for dinner, nor will I.
Right.
When Easter came and Brenton, you're a family man, we don't know what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We sure don't.
We don't post those kind of things
because we
don't draw attention. When I do see something about you and your family, it is the most uplifting story.
Right.
You're supporting your daughter as she's
it's
going
an
to
accomplishment.
college.
It's an achievement, accomplishment.
And there's the difference.
Right.
And there's the difference.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, Carol says, yeah, she questions why you want to bring up the video now. I mean, and maybe to save face, Carol. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But what you got, Kenny? I mean,
I would say this. I think Black, he hit it.
I forgot what Black.
I think Chance wants a black woman. I thought she was black. DJ, I thought his wife was black.
Yeah,
she black.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I would say this. My thing is Chance, and I like him. I think he's a good dude. But I think sometimes when you in that area, that limelight, marriage can be good. It can be good publicity. It can be good publicity for you for whatever you're trying to do. And so sometimes I think it's just they, like Black said, they just go into like, you know what, this is gonna be good for us. We get all this exposure. It shows that we're trying to be a family, this and that. Then everybody be talking about us. We be all on all the blogs, this and that. But then again, they not really even thinking about what the concept of marriage really takes. It really does. So, it hurt me to see this because like I say, I know Chance the Rapper. He ain't never really been caught out there doing some crazy stuff outside of getting a doggone lap dance. What black man that's been, I ain't trying to put Miss Brenda, Miss Haynes, not your husband. I don't know what black man that ain't never got a lap dance when he been hanging out. I'm not talking about Brent Haynes, Miss Haynes. I'm not talking about him.
Yeah.
So that ain't no big deal. So if that twerking video was an issue with her, why now? Doesn't make damn sense to me.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I know those. I think those years have passed. People don't care no more about whether you married. I mean, listen, y'all voted a president in that told y'all what he did. So I don't.
Right, that's true.
I don't think we're there no more.
Morals have been thrown out the window back in 2016. You're
exactly.
Right.
So again, that's crazy. I just ain't no telling where that's gonna lead us to in the future. All right. So secondly, again, this is information I really can't use, but my wife showed me a picture of Kimora Lee's daughter with some old white dude. And again, we've had the whole discussion about age and relationship, blah blah blah. But what really made me want to have this conversation, it really wasn't that. It was the fact that Kimora made a point to say, it's difficult trying to get your kids under control. And my wife had to bring to my attention that she was very young when she was with Russell.
When she met Russell, yeah.
So my point is that not being hypocritical then, Kimora, for you to feel this type of way? You set a precedent. You gave the rite of passage for this. I mean, it looks horrible. That to me is no different. Like Miss Toria said about the woman, about she Mormon. I just don't understand what this stuff. I don't know. Just nothing is making sense to me no more. I just don't get it. No more.
This one makes total sense to me.
Well, I mean, as far as come on, yeah. Go ahead,
we forget just a couple of months ago, his daughters and wife put him on blast because he refused to basically fund their lifestyle. Now, of course, we can speculate why he's living out of the country anyway, because he's got his own legal issues, this, that, and the other. We're going to go there. But I said even then, these are grown-ass women that, daddy's promised he this, that, and the other. Why are you not paying for it? When I saw that picture, my you know what came to me? Miss Carol, it didn't turn my stomach. I asked a simple question. Where's the B? Where's her ass at? What happened to her ass?
I was thinking that too, Black. I go to the front. I was thinking that too.
This skinny little ugly ass girl is doing exactly what she saw her mama do, is to rope a man and shame on him. Something wrong with him, that how in the hell you gonna get some sexual satisfaction from rubbing up against that bone? I truly hope her head game is on point, because she damn sure ain't got nobody worth sleeping with whatsoever. But to your bigger point, Brenton,
please,
in real life, in real life,
oh Lord,
here's what women need to understand, and men too, for that matter.
Sure.
Kids see what you do, not what you say.
That's right.
You're right.
And I ain't even gonna say no names here. Somebody who's near and dear to me. Let me put it this way: who's near and dear to me. She's a failure as a mother. Let me keep it a buck, as these kids say. She has 3 kids. Neither one has graduated high school. One daughter is 26 with 3 kids. The son didn't graduate, and the daughter is a stripper. But you're out here supporting their lifestyle on social media, and you're more their friend than you are their parent. And what the daughter learned by watching you is she watched you for a lifetime spin and play men, and she's playing the same games.
It's crazy. No, that's it, man. I mean, to everybody's point, so apparently this made y'all are saying in the comments that this is more towards Russell. I don't think Russell cares. He's trying to get him a young one and maybe a young man. I just don't. I don't know what's wrong with these people.
You're right. I did see. I think I did see a little clip. I think Russell he did respond or commented about this picture of her with this older man, but he didn't seem to have. He didn't seem to have an issue with it, from what I gathered. So, but again, back to what you said, Brent, as well as Brother Black. Kids see what you do more than what you say. And she knows that her mother got with her dad when she was 17, and he was 35, 36, 37, somewhere damn near 20 years her senior. So I mean, that's what she know, that's what she's seen. So she feel like that's natural. Now, you know, as far as this old dude, from what I read, this cat got money. So she just basically doing what her mama did.
That's it.
She chasing the money. So the mama Kimora, she the one gotta be feeling some type of way about this, because she set this example for her daughter. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, this ain't even rich people's problems. This is the problem that
it's not.
Yeah,
we see this every day.
Yeah, this is what's going on. And again, I don't know. I've seen a lot in my lifetime. I've worked in the foster care system, so I've seen some very sick things in life.
So I know you have. Yeah,
I already know.
Yeah. So I've again.
That's one thing, Brendan, I couldn't do. I take my hat off to you, brother.
Yeah.
I know you've seen some things in that. I couldn't. Believe me, I know.
That's why I am the way I am with my kids, man. Like I don't play that. Like I just don't. I don't. Everybody has the potential to do something.
Right.
I can't. Yeah. So Anyway, all right. Well, listen. I'm gonna go on and just move us to this part, because I think we need to be here, because I think this is really interesting now that you always talk about the show being so organic, man, and so
organic. This is a perfect segue.
Perfect segue. Yeah. So we'll talk about the other stuff next week. It has.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. You're right, Miss Tori. Yep.
So
going on for centuries.
This is a question I wanted to ask everybody. I've heard this before. You know, you with somebody, and then y'all have kids, and again, you make the statement, well, he's a good dad, but he was a horrible husband. I don't know if I really heard a lot from men saying that about women, but I'm pretty sure they have said that. And so my question is, what type of character is that? Or are we just being delusional to say, how can one be a good parent but not a good partner? How can that be? I just don't understand that. Okay, well, let's go, because this is gonna be a good conversation, because I got some questions. So let's go.
It's possible, man, and I can speak transparently just from my observation from my family. I'm not gonna put names out there, because it's people that I love.
Yeah.
But I have some uncles that I know they were bad husbands, but they were good parents. I know them.
Okay.
I've seen it with my own eyes.
What's wrong?
It's possible. I think I can't. I wish I could speak for them, but I think it's because they did not know how to be a good husband, and that's because of some things from their childhood, from their own upbringing, that they did not see. They didn't get to you know. Because to be honest with you, as a black man, it's all us tonight. So we ain't got Lady D.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I think we all can say this. I think, Brenton, you can say this too. None of us grew up around a good marriage. Did we grow up in a house that we saw what a good marriage is? I didn't even grow up in a household with a man in my house.
Me neither.
So I didn't learn how to be a husband. And I think when you talk about this, a lot of black men, or men in general, I'm just specifically talking about us, we don't know how to be a good husband.
Yeah.
But a lot of us, when we have children, somehow we figure out how to be a good father to our children, even though we just a shitty ass husband.
So can we dialogue? Because I run a dialogue.
Yeah.
So here it is. To your point, why couldn't you learn to do? You said somehow we've learned to be a good dad. It's like you didn't see a good daddy either. So if you don't see a good husband, it's just a little.
No, I'm with you. You know what? Because I'll say this, because obviously sometimes the women we procreate with ain't the ones that we really want to be good with.
Okay, I can see that. So to your point, it's the expectation of the love that you're willing to give or to receive. I can see that because kids, there's a different, and it shouldn't be, but I can hear what you're saying, right?
It's a different type of love for your child than it is for a romantic partner. That's a totally different type of love.
And I believe that there is some flawed concept. There's a flawed conception there. Why are you laughing?
What went through my head, I made my own self laugh. I'm sorry.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Well, all right, the people want to know. Go on, tell us. It must be really good.
When you say this is organic,
yeah.
My son called me recently, and he's going to want to come, to visit, to bring the grandkids and whatnot and everything. I'm like, come on, son, blah, 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 this, that, and everything.
Uh-oh, here we go.
And so I had always made myself a promise that when and if that moment comes, I'm not going to hold back, and I'm going to tell it like it is. And what went through my head was, son, your dad laid down with a nasty ass bitch.
All right. I thought he had something.
And that's such a raw way to say it. But to Kenny's point, I didn't grow up in a situation where I saw what a good man was, but I was blessed to be around my brother-in-law when I was 17, and oh my God, I got to see what a true family man looks like. That he was a good parent and a good partner. Now, he wasn't flawless. There's no such thing as a flawless person. But to this day, that is the shining example of fatherhood, parenting, and this, that, and everything. But having said that, it's possible because sometimes we lay down with nasty, no good bitches and procreate, and then we have a responsibility, at that point to where we have to step up to the plate now and be the best parent that we know how to be, that's truly my story in the sense that I was not going to be a good partner to this nasty bitch. She was everything that I didn't want to be as a woman. And shame on me for staying too long, for raw dogging that pussy and putting a seed in it. But it happened.
I mean, you're so colorful. I mean, it's like you got 182 different colors. Did you always got the biggest crayon box, didn't you? You're so colorful.
I bet you Black's poems when he was in that grade school, they were so eloquent. He was so eloquent. He had so many adjectives. I'm sure.
There's an expression when you lay down with dogs, you come up with fleas, and don't nobody like nasty bitches know more than me. So I didn't seek out good women. Good women are not fun in bed. It's those bitches that will lick a wet doorknob. It's the ones you end up getting.
Listen. Let me help y'all out. If y'all ever need somebody to come play Solomon at y'all church, play. There he is, right there.
And we know this is supposed to be a serious subject,
right? But I'm using myself,
right? But and it really is. But I think being a parent and being a spouse is totally two different. It's different. I agree with you. It shouldn't be. I agree with you, Brenton. I totally. But I do think that it does. It's different. It is different.
But
it shouldn't be.
But here's the thing, and this is what I'm saying to everybody about our consciousness and our awareness. And even when Black is getting ready to talk about his thing, science, I'm saying that there's a consciousness that we should have, because what you fail to realize is you being with the wrong woman or being with the wrong man will affect your ability to parent to the optimal level.
That's true.
Absolutely.
No, that's absolutely true.
And as much as you say I'm trying to be the best parent I can be, being the best parent you can be is not putting them, again, stop putting these kids at a deficit with these things, man. Again, that's why I'm talking about chance. Like, what are you getting mad, bro? Just do you and stop making people think that that's normal. That's not normal. And again, go ahead, Kenny.
Man, this conversation is so organic, because I think Black saw my post, and Britton, you may have saw it too. I just posted last week when I kissed my 27-year-old son
Yes.
on the
Yes.
forehead.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, dang, Pops, that's weird. And I was like, you know what? I was like, you know, you're gonna miss this one day when I'm gone, son. But I'm giving you something that I didn't have that I wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't have a Pops to kiss me on my forehead. Peace be upon him. Y'all know my Pops passed away 5 months ago. We didn't have a relationship like that. So again, that fueled me when I had my children, that I wanted to give them something that I didn't have.
Sure.
Now that made me kind of, in being my husbandry duties, I think I kind of lacked when our kids was born.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because I was so focused on I want to give them and be the father that I didn't have, that I think I neglected on being the best husband I could have been to my wife. So you're right, Brent. It definitely affected that. So you know, that's
and I never got to be a true father to my son.
Yeah,
you know, and probably daughter too. You know, it was just mine is a Jerry Springer situation, but you know, neither one were born into a situation, you know, where I was with their mom.
Yeah,
you know, she was out there, I was out there.
Right.
You know, and to your point, those kids they face a deficit.
Yeah.
They were born disadvantaged, you know, because not having a stable home environment. And they're paying the price.
Right.
And that's the God's honest truth.
Right.
You know, because I wish I could sit here and tell you in a perfect world that you were planned and you was conceived in love. Right. That's not the case for a lot of us, you know.
Right.
And we just didn't have the opportunity to put our kids in the best situation to be not only a good parent, but to be a good partner as we grow into the role.
Right. And I'm gonna say this, and we can be done with this conversation. I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and she was asking me about what my kids were getting ready to do in school. I mean, after school and things like that. And we just began to share, you know, what it was, and she was concerned about, you know, her kids going to school or not going to school, because she's like, I don't want them to think that they got to be in college, this, that, and it's true. They don't. That's some pipe dream that the world has put on us and made us think that, and so on and so forth. And I said this to her, and I said, you know, we're just now catching up generationally on how to build wealth as a Black family. So we're behind where people of other cultures have normalized their kids staying at home. We had to figure that out, where they had to normalize making sure that their kids had time to get on their feet. We just not figuring that out. And so now we're figuring out how to make money. And so it's this level of sacrifice that we had to learn, because we're about 2 generations behind white people when it comes to having generational wealth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's in my generation that I am establishing generational wealth, insurance policies, investments. That didn't happen, not in its entirety, going back generations. So we're trying to play catch up. Right. And again, I'm just trying to get us to come to a place to where we're not just playing catch up when it comes to money, but we're playing catch up when it comes to providing a healthy environment.
Right.
Yeah, for our family. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Quiet as it kept, there are people out there that encourages their little kids to get married at 17, 18, because they coming out of these schools, and that ain't, no. I told my daughter, no, you come away from that. That ain't what we doing. No, that's a reality for them, that you see a whole lot of pain come years later, because they done jacked up stuff. So again, I'm just trying to teach minds how to make things happen. So, you know, again, it's a great conversation to talk about. Thank you, bro, for that. And I just want us to start having these conversations, man, because I don't want someone to just be a good father and not a good husband. I want us to put forth the effort, man. Listen, keep it out of her, or don't give it to him. You know what I'm saying? And Curl is making my point. She said my first husband was a spoiled only child, and was neither a good mate or a good father. He was too selfish.
There you have it.
That's summed up in the whole point. And again, it go back to our last show about having emotional. Y'all, that
emotional intelligence. Yeah,
and
man.
that changed the game for me, boss. Right. All of mine gonna have that. Like, listen, I need to know where your IQ level is when it comes to your emotional intelligence, and we just got to get there, right? And so, again, I need us to get to that space to where we can be both or neither at all. Because I would rather. And again, and don't get me wrong, you don't have to. I don't think that every man should be with their children if they're not a good father. So I'm not saying all that.
I agree with that.
I'd rather him be out of the picture than to be there and to be tearing up some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Acting stuff up. So
that's more damage that they have to deal with in their adult years.
Absolutely.
Believe that.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes. Thank you, Miss Tori. I sure appreciate it.
Thank you, Miss Tori. We appreciate that.
I got prom to pay for, graduation paid for. I got college. Please, y'all. No, I'm just kidding. All right, y'all. Listen, man. I think we've held it down together without the sister, but you know, it's y'all favorite part of the time. Now, come on, brother. Lee Black gonna holler at y'all now. I don't know how he gonna put this together, but God who.
So I've been drinking.
Yes, he has.
I've been drinking.
Yes, he has.
Shout out to Beyonce. But I called this segment God Who because I spent the entire day. I'm blessed to be able to work from home, and this is my workstation, and my TV was on the entire day on the CNN coverage of the celestial event of the eclipse. And literally, I watched hours of this. And let me bring some perspective to this. And that's why I didn't comment on it at the very beginning, because I wanted to go here. Watching that coverage today, it was amazing, folks. And at the beginning, some people talked about Brenton, you said you and your family watched it together. DJ said it was a dope event and this, that, and the other. If you could hear the awe and reverence people had for this event, it was amazing. I hope you folks don't let this event go by the wayside, because they're predicting some 150 plus million people witnessed this event. That were in the totality of the path of this event. And they talked about things like how it was a shared experience. And they used such awe-inspiring words as spiritual connection and unreal and supernatural. And you saw people dropping down to their knees, proposing, to their loved ones, because they wanted to commemorate this, because this event won't happen again until 2044. And by then I will have more shuffled off this mortal coil. But what was amazing to me as they talked about all these things, and they brought on all of these astronomers, astrologists, people who talked about astrophysics and, how we should look to the stars. And what truly caught my attention and made me sad was that in under 2 weeks, we've had a couple of events that was earth-shaking that basically went unnoticed. New York City underwent an earthquake.
Yes, sir.
Less than a week ago.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And some 7 days ago, we celebrated Easter with what used to be the most religious event on the planet. But what does it say, folks, that through all of this coverage that's been on all day long, do you know they didn't interview not one preacher, not one minister, not one man of God? What does it say that we use words like awe, supernatural, celestial event, look to the stars? This was life-changing, life-altering, and not one mention there was about God. Where was God in this equation? There's a series on Netflix right now called 3 Bodies Down. It's
goodness.
It's the most expensive series that Netflix has ever made.
3 Body Problem.
3 Body Problem. I'm sorry. If you haven't watched it, it supposes that we are not alone and we're being contacted by beings from out of this planet, and they're coming to destroy us. And so when I think about all of the transcendent things that have happened in less than 2 weeks, and we talked about it in the beginning of the segment, science, education has replaced God in our lives. Folks, is it no wonder when we look at the politics, the economic landscape, and all the problems that we face. And right on this show alone, where we talk about the Black Love series, at its core, how can we ever get it right when God's original intention for man to be whole included a spiritual aspect? With all of the fuckery and foolishness that, excuse me for saying it that way, that I bring to this segment, I don't want anybody to get it twisted and think that I'm not godly in my own way. And when I use the expression sometimes that I'm not religious, I'm more spiritual, I want to make sure that I'm clear about this. By saying that I'm spiritual, I am in no way saying that I don't believe in God. To be a healthy, whole person and have healthy, whole relationships, we have to take care of the entire person, folks. We're talking about physical. We have our physical needs. We have our mental needs. We have our emotional needs. We certainly have our financial needs. But you know what our spiritual needs have been replaced with? Psychological. The job, the world, the company, they talk about the psychological aspects without now removing God out of the equation. And what we've lost, I believe, by my humble opinion, we've lost fear. How in the hell can we have awe when we don't mention God? How in the hell can we look at a celestial event where the moon moves in front of the sun and never mention God? How in the hell can we watch an earthquake move the tectonic plates in New York City and we act like that's an everyday occurrence? And so to your point, you said it earlier, Brenton, that ain't gonna stop him from coming. Now, I don't know if you out there are believers or not, but in the book of Exodus, Moses said, let me turn aside and see this great sight. And he was talking about the burning bush. Well, we've lost that awe, that spectacle, that reverence for God, so much so that nothing moves us, nothing scares us. And folks, I'm not saying I got the answers, but that scares the hell out of me that we have removed God out of the entire equation. So I pray for all of you, whether you believe us or not, take a moment now that Easter's passed and April 8th has passed, show a little bit of humility. Bend your knee, bend your head, and thank God for all that we have. And we shouldn't just call on him when times are good, because if that's what we're looking for, we in for one hell of a ride. And I tell you, be afraid. Be very afraid.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Y'all know I don't normally get up.
I was waiting on that segment.
Yeah. Y'all know I don't normally get up behind this preacher. You know what I'm saying? You don't get up behind a preacher, but I will tell y'all this now. That 3-body problem, yeah, that thing right there. Yeah, now I didn't like episode 7, but you know. but
Brenton, wouldn't you agree? You need to watch that to bring an appreciation for creationism and for God.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Carol, thank you so much.
Thank you, Carol. CC.
Yeah, for sure. And thank you, Miss Tori, for putting that.
Wait a minute.
You trying to be his friend, huh? All right. You got the right. What Ray Charles say? You got the right one, baby. Hey, you got the right one.
Right.
Yeah, you found it.
I love the question.
Yeah,
Miss Carol, it's complicated, sweetie.
Yeah. CC. That's CC right there.
Now you don't know her personally. Okay, right on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, listen. Again, I don't want to go behind this preacher, but she said, "Is that you?" Yeah.
Okay, I got you now. She got it. She got you. She got you, Black. She got you.
Yeah. Okay. So listen. Oh yes. Oh. Okay. I'm putting 2 and 2 together now. Yes, that's the right one. She gonna make sure she sent
right. You get right.
That's him.
Right to the right one. She got it.
Okay, so listen, y'all know I don't run behind him, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'll be honest about that movie. It hit home for me because I stay in that vein. I'm gonna tell y'all something. One of the most important things that I think this world that our intelligence is not preparing us for that fear, it's that mental health. And if you ever, all right, I felt something, so I ain't gonna preach.
No, go there, bro.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. If you ever want to know what hell gonna feel like, allow God not to be in your life at this time. you have no hope, and only thing you got going for you is this up here, and then the world oppresses you financially, mentally, at your job. Yeah, if you don't have anything to hold on to, yeah, you will lose your mind, and you're sitting up talking to Alexa, calling him Lord, Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because you want some omniscience. All right, I ain't gonna play. But again,
I thought about you watching that. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you, my brother.
yeah, I appreciate that. No, man, because that's the thing we playing with.
Yep.
You're playing. We, as much as we want to push him away, and then when he's gone, bye-bye. Hell on earth. Okay, I'm just helping you. All right, I'm just telling you. All right, listen. Yeah, okay. Miss Tori, what you say? Have you seen the nonprofit that going to public schools, picking up the kids during school hours to teach the kids about God? They have a vehicle picking them up. I haven't heard that either. That's good.
No, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that. That's dope. I haven't heard that. Well, I'm surprised that hadn't gotten pushed back. Where's this going? Where's this going on at? I haven't heard that, but that's dope though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate that.
Thank you, CC.
I ain't gonna put that last comment up there, but that's funny. So yeah, man. Listen, brother,
right.
We held it down, man. We held it down today, man. I appreciate it though. We always miss our sister, but we
miss you, Lady D. We held it down for you.
We do.
Yeah. So anyway, but listen, brother, it's final thoughts time, and brother Kenny, I'm gonna let you go and hit this thing out, man. And Georgia, thank you.
Yeah, man. As always, the brothers held it down. My segment, my final thoughts is I'm gonna challenge my ladies. I'm gonna challenge y'all. I'm challenging you, Miss Toria, Miss CC, and all the ladies that's in the chat and those that watch this later. Again, like I said in our sports segment, y'all women, we love y'all. Y'all winning. Y'all on top. I'm every woman. Y'all doing the damn thing. But my thing is, do y'all really support each other like you really should be? And I'm speaking on these women WNBA basketball players. Again, we set a new record with 18.7 million viewers, the most viewed women's basketball game of all time. It peaked at 24 million viewers. More people watched this game that on last night than watched the World Series between Houston and Texas. They beat out the viewership for this women's game was more than a lot of sporting events outside of football and the Olympics. So that's telling me that there's eyeballs that want to see women. But are women really supporting women? Are you going to Super Bowl parties in February? But are you throwing WNBA finals parties when the women are playing? You're going to watching the World Series or whatever, but are you watching the Olympics when the 4x100 women are running? Are you throwing parties for that? Are you going to Foot Locker and buying women's jerseys with their names on it, the Brittany Griners and such? And are you buying the LeBron James shoes and all that? So you're saying that you all about women empowerment. You're saying that women are doing it just as good as men. But are you really supporting your sisters like you say that they should be? Because why are WNBA women having to go overseas to make more money over there than over here? Because guess what? Y'all not watching. And we all know. We know from this show. We get more watchers from women than men. Women support more stuff than men. There's more women that watch us. These gentlemen right here, there's more women that's going to watch us than men. So if you're saying you're really about women empowerment, I want to see it. I challenge you. When you throw your parties for the WNBA, throw your parties for women's college basketball. Make sure you throw them parties and you go out there and you buy some of them women's sneakers. You buy some of them jerseys because they coming up. Angel Reese is about to come up. She come to the WNBA. Caitlin Clark about to come up. Camila Cardoso about to come up. Juju Watkins about to come up. Y'all make sure y'all support these women like y'all say are I'm every woman. Because believe it or not, we men, we love y'all. So we want to see y'all win. But y'all got to be the ones to make it happen. So that's my final thought.
Yes, sir. Now I will say this, bro. that we need to find some of these creators that can style up some of these outfits, because I know these really feminine women ain't women ain't wearing these jerseys. So they put some styles to that thing. I remember that dress when they started letting you wear dresses like jerseys. That was cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, right, exactly. That's cool. Right, I agree.
So
that's
somebody
dope.
somebody need to put out some stylish wear for them. But right on. Okay.
Right.
Brother Black, always, man. Come on.
Brother Kenny, I'm gonna light that candle from the other end, and I'm going to piggyback on Brenton's segment, the Black Love series. The plain truth is that in a perfect world, our children and our women would be in situations where there's stability and security. Unfortunately, that's just not always the truth. And so when I think about your post, Kenny, where you kissed your son and he's a grown man and he's questioning why dad's doing that. And I think about my son reaching out to me. I want to holler at the men, that watch us, that may not watch us live, because we do get support. We got Craig and we got DJ and, we got
Craig,
Mr. Haynes Sr. These are regulars. But believe it or not, we do have a lot of men viewers that view this after this show has aired. So I want to talk to them for a second. If we haven't gotten it right on the front end, it's not too late. And I'm living proof of that. And so the job is never done. I don't care how old our children get. I don't care that they're men. And I don't care that they're women. That man's got a daughter getting ready to go off to college, and she's going to be a young woman one day. She's still going to need a dad. He's still going to have to be the shining beacon of stability and that he's always been, because those children need to come to rely on with all of the uncertainty in this world. In the segment I just did, there's a hell of a lot of uncertainty coming down the pike, folks. They need that. They need us to be a celestial event that doesn't change, that's fixed in the sky, that doesn't change, that they know they can come to you and you're going to always be there to support, give them the right answers. That don't mean you're going to always get it right, but it means that we have to be supportive. And I'm very proud of the fact that with all of the bad decisions that I've made as a parent, not always being there and not providing that stability and security for my son, but to see him come full circle, and what no money, no amount of salary can pay for, to have my son said, well, Dad, you remember when you did this, that? I'm going to raise my kids the same way. That is invaluable.
Yeah.
And so I want to share for my men, it's never too late. Be that force for your children, especially the men, because they're the ones that's going to have to be in positions where they're going to have to take this thing to the next goalpost. And so whether we're with our women or not, I'm proud of the fact that even with a lot of the women I've been with, had been so good with, here's the truth of the matter is, with all of my effery and foolishness, do you know I'm still their best friend? I'm still the person that they reach out to for advice, because even though I'm crazy and foolish, I'm never going to give them advice that's going to hurt them, because to your point, Brother Kenny, I want to see you win. And that's with me or without me. So for my brothers out there, let's be that celestial event.
Very nice. Man, they're going to ask you to drink that again next week.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Awesome.
They gonna want that same drink.
We doing it big.
Yeah. They gonna want that same drink from Lee next week. Man, they said, man, that's some wisdom in that potion over there, man. So
hey, Britton, you see what Craig put up there? Ooh,
I see that.
I know religion is a forbidden topic in most circles, but can you guys dedicate a show to?
Woo!
Craig, you ain't said nothing but a word.
Do they want that smoke, Britton?
No, listen. I'll outsmoke Snoop. I'll outsmoke Q. Don't get me on this. I will smoke everybody underneath that table. Oh man, appreciate that, DJ. Yes, sir. Always. Craig,
we go, DJ. Much love to you, DJ.
Yeah. She said, so when is your son coming?
2 weeks. April's gonna be
2 weeks.
Busy for me. Yeah, and I gotta get
okay.
I'm ready.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Now, you know, if we're gonna do that, you know you coming. So come on.
And then we need to talk about, but we'll talk about that off camera, Black, about what we're gonna try to do. I think we need to push that back to the summer. We'll talk about that later.
Okay, yeah. Just know, folks, that my son went from sucking dicks to making kicks. But anyway, it's all good.
Well, there you go.
He just always got to. He always got to do something. I mean, good Lord. Greg, I got you though, man. We're gonna square this up, man. We're gonna square it up for you. Yeah. Okay, so listen.
There you have it. God.
I mean, we were just empowering everybody, right?
I'm drinking.
I hear you. I know that's gonna be the excuse you're gonna give me, but I hear you. Okay, well, listen, drinkers, since you drinking, how many times are you willing to try something before you realize this just ain't for me?
Oh, you follow that up with that damn question.
Well, beyond sex, and
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, no. Let's exclude sex.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Okay, you're welcome. I already did this. I've been with you long enough to know better now. So okay, excluding sex, how often are you willing to try something before you just say, yeah,
3 times.
Me. 3 times? Okay, 3 times.
You said excluding sex, though, right?
Please,
excluding sex.
Please, because I don't think I get a number out of him.
I mean, man, it only take one time for me. One time for me, and I'm like, nah, I'm good on that.
Okay, okay, all right. Well, let's take a look at this video, and I'll have a conversation.
Okay.
Oh! Yeah, that's not his sport.
Yeah. He needed to throw horseshoes. Yeah. He need to throw horseshoes or something. That ain't his sport.
Listen. I'm not gonna tell you how many times or what your number should be, but listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing. You better figure that before you get knocked out.
That damn sure ain't his
Girl said, I felt that one. I know that's
right.
Yes, girl. So that's what's up.
Yeah.
Oh man. So anyway, y'all, listen, great show tonight. I appreciate y'all for everything y'all done. What you said, Chris? She said there's always yes, please.
Home economics, right?
That's right, brother. Yeah. Greg, I'm gonna work on that, man. Because listen, we're gonna give the people what they want. So and between me, Kenny, and Soberly, we probably get them. We out of here. Peace. Y'all done.
Y'all crazy, bro. My